In this video, I'm going to give you the only DM strategy that you'll ever need to use on Twitter DMs to get results for yourself or for your clients. What I'm going to literally just hand you through this video is the exact strategy that took us from zero to over $600,000 in revenue within the last 2 years and has resulted in multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars in revenue for our clients. And no, this isn't just going to be another business video where someone tells you to just provide a value and you'll be good to go. I'm literally going to show you what works, what doesn't work, how to automate it, and how to start seeing replies within the next couple minutes so that you can turn that into paying users and then hopefully go live in Bali with the boys. And so the very first thing you want to look at whenever you're doing Twitter DMs or any sort of cold outbound for that matter is going to be your offer. And honestly, if you don't get this right, odds are you are missing out on cash because you won't be getting the results that you could be getting if you had a good offer. Even before we start talking about actual scripts and messaging, we really need to dial in our offer because the offer is essentially the starting point from which you are going to get your script, your messaging, and all that stuff. And so right now, the biggest one is honestly just hitting someone with a guarantee or with an offer that isn't relevant to them. If there is someone that's making over $100,000, if you hit them up, you're a complete beginner and you tell them that you're going to help them get an extra 5 customers or they won't pay, they will literally just screenshot your DM and laugh at you because they don't need what you have, okay? Not only do you need a really good offer, but you also need for there to be offer market fit. And obviously, if you don't have a good offer yet, highly suggest you read $100 million Offers by Alex Ramosi. But again, this is DM, so most of the people you're going to be reaching out to don't know you, so you have to be careful that your offer isn't too good to be true. It needs to kind of be confined to where it's believable, and if it's not believable, then you really need to have a lot of proof that whatever you're saying you can do, you actually have done in the past. And so what we've seen work best through hundreds of users and millions of DMs sent from our campaigns are these subtle risk reversals. What I mean by that is anything that has to do with pay on results, anything that has to do with essentially delaying the payment, those work really well, or whenever it's a free offer and they literally have nothing to lose. Something else that you want to keep in mind, and I honestly haven't seen this being mentioned anywhere else, is that if you can build an offer where someone is literally missing out on more by saying no to you than by saying yes, then you have a winner in your hands and you should definitely run that offer while still making it believable. And so again, what I mean by this is essentially saying like, hey, it's pay on results. You pay 30 days later. You only pay if you like it. There's a 30-day free trial. There's a 7-day free trial, 14-day free trial. Free trials are just essentially giving people something for free. For example, something we're doing now is we're giving people 1,000 free leads. And then another thing we're testing out is giving people free scripts. So those are kind of easy ways to get in the door. So it's an offer that isn't your full offer, but it's an offer that's really easy to say yes to whenever you're doing outreach. So that is also something you want to keep in mind because your offer can be really good, but it might not be good for outreach. So you do want to build out those lead magnets or case studies that you can use to kind of get your foot in the door and then open people up to your main offer. And so now we can actually have a look at the messaging and what we're going to be saying to our prospects. And so this is honestly one of the most important parts. I know I said that for the offer, but if you have a really good offer and you can't communicate that to people, then no one's going to know about your offer. So this is really important. So please pay attention. For example, if you send bad DMs, there is potential for people to get pissed off at you. Obviously, if you have a look at my profile for 2 seconds, you know that all I talk about is Twitter DMs. And I have this guy right here saying, hi, no personalization at all. I send thousands of DMs a day for you, quote unquote. Then it says in parentheses, targeted to people in your niche to increase sales of any product/service that you offer. Let me know if you want to hear some more. And then they follow up saying, yo, I sent thousands. Oh no, it's not even a follow-up. They're just sending another message. Again, yo, no personalization. I send thousands of DMs per day for my clients. Let me explain some more, question mark. So first of all, grammar absolutely horrendous here. This is a case where the offer could potentially be good, but these guys had no idea how to actually word their offer. Plus, they're sending it to the completely wrong guy. Like, trust me, I got my DMs figured out. You're selling DMs, but this is the DM that you're sending. I wouldn't want something that's sending me this message with this bad of grammar, no personalization, no real offer to be doing this for me. So this is definitely something you want to avoid, and please do not let me catch you sending DMs like this. At least put someone's first name. Like, come on, it's really not that hard. Okay, so this isn't too bad, right? So, hey, Alex, just saw your post on here. I helped my partner Brad at over 107K revenue. The grammar not on point with a unique content strategy on YouTube. Fine with me sending you a personalized video going over how you can do the same. So this is a lot better than than the last one, but there's a couple things I do to make it a little bit better. They have personalization. They're offering value for free, which is really, really good. And they're reaching out to someone that they know has a YouTube channel. I mean, I don't know if they know, but I mean, at least it fits because obviously we do have a YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, but there's a couple subtle things that I do to just make this better. I would literally mention Brad. So you can do like at and then Brad, whoever he is. So I can click on Brad, see who Brad is, and then potentially message Brad and be like, yo, did this guy actually do this for you? So, hey, Alex, hear me out. We recently helped a SaaS biz make over 150K by pointing out opportunities for them, as well as increasing agency net profit 4 times of its original offering value. What we do is we manage your finances and your business financial decisions. We point out opportunities for you if it interests you. So again, it's kind of like the same thing. So we recently helped a SaaS business make over 150K by pointing out opportunity. Like, it's so vague. Okay, recently helped a SaaS business. So it's like, okay, cool, but how do I know that you're saying the truth? And just a little bit of a longer DM, in my opinion, not the worst, but there is definitely a lack of proof with these messages. And that tends to be the case with most of the messages that you'll see. And probably if you go into your DMs, and you'll probably see a lot of that. And here, for example, there is just a tiny little bit of personalization, which honestly, just having your first name, I wouldn't count as personalization. I would at least also add a company name, and then no proof, no value, right? So it's like, am I really going to trust someone with my finances if they're sending me this message? I don't know. I would just work on this message a little bit more. So if you're sending messages like those, you're definitely on the right track. It's better to be sending messages than to not be sending messages. Something that's good about DMs is that there is a very quick feedback loop. People will let you know real quick if your stuff is good, okay? Or if it isn't good. And so you do need to kind of take note of the fact that, hey, I can do this a little bit better. I'm going to walk through kind of what makes a perfect DM here very shortly. There's a couple things, right? But I think you can boil it down to 3 main things when it comes to the DM. I'm not talking volume because obviously that is super vital, but you need, number 1, your messages to be personalized. So you need someone to know that you're not just blasting everyone with the same message, okay? So Alex Ramosi says max volume, max personalization. So you really need to personalize your messages. Number 2, you really need to be providing some type of value, not just asking for something from them. So whenever you can, just provide as much value as possible. And number 3, provide as much proof as you humanly can, and do not sound salesy, okay? Those would kind of be my main 3/4 things that you want to look out for making your DMs. And I guess a little extra note is if you read your DM and you yourself wouldn't reply to it, then please, for the love of God, do not send that message. Something to also keep in mind is that you don't want to make your messages super long. Remember, this is a Twitter DM. It's not an email. It's not a LinkedIn message. It's more of a friendlier platform. It's not as formal. So you want to keep things short, sweet, and to the point. Okay, so here we made a Drippi scripts framework. Shout out Lachlan for this document. And if you want this document, we're going to leave it down below in the description, or just shoot me an email and I got you. I'm going to walk through some of our best performing scripts and why they perform so well and how they have everything that I was talking about. So essentially our first script right here. So this is a script that we're running for Drippi, essentially where we're offering 1,000 free leads. So first of all, we have, hey, hello, hi, first names, first piece of personalization right there. Then we are providing value right here. So, hey, I put together a list of 1,000, right? So we're giving away a list of 1,000 leads in their specific ICP. So how we do that at scale is through AI. So it's like, hey, use the leads website to determine who their ideal customer might be. Insert 2 to 4 job titles for the customer types that fit their ideal customer profile. Here, essentially what this will say is, hey, first name, I put together a list of 1,000 agency owners who might be interested in, and then we, again, ask AI to look into what the prospect's services are. So, hey, I put together a list of 1,000 marketing agency owners and SaaS founders who might be interested in your video production services. Cool if I send it over. So again, by saying no, someone is literally losing out on more than by saying yes. And it's free. There's no strings attached. And we say that at the end as well. So at no cost, of course, totally free, on the house, no strings attached. It kind of has everything. So it's very personalized because number 1, we're using their name. Number 2, we're looking at who they actually target. So we're taking their ICP directly from their tweets and from their website. And then number 3, we are describing what product or service they actually provide to the marketplace. So it's all about personalization, plus you're giving out a ton of free value. Okay, so again, this isn't obviously the main offer, but this is a really good lead magnet that gets us in the door, and then people can actually try out our main offers once they like and trust us. And so here's another message. This is a message that for the longest time had our record for the best case study. This has recently changed. Not as many sales calls, but it's actually more money collected. So this was 128K in 30 days for a PR agency. Now we have one that's 155K in 30 days, which is pretty cool. Anyway, so essentially this message right here is, hey, hello, hi, first name. This kind of just just goes across the board for us. We've got PR requests and think you'd be a great fit because, and then again, we use AI to create a custom compliment that has something to do with the person we're messaging, looking at information, number one, from their website, and then number two, from their Twitter profile. And then it says, would you be interested? And then it says you'd only pay on results. This is the main offer, but there's subtle risk reversals. And so this is what I mean. What's the risk reversal? You only pay on results, right? What's the risk reversal here? Even though there is no risk because it's completely free and it's very personalized, we're also saying, hey, at no cost, of course, totally free on the house. So we're spin taxing that stuff. This essentially has everything that a good DM needs. So it's personalized, it's providing value, and there's risk reversal, not salesy at all. It's just, hey, here's a list of leads. Do you want it? Yes or no? Completely free, completely up to you. There you go. And then this other one is, hey, we're tapping into their ego a little bit. So it's, hey, we've got media requests and think you'd be a great fit because of XYZ. Would you be interested? Question mark. You only pay on results. The risk is completely on us or whoever's sending the message. Prospect's just like, yeah, I mean, I'm down. I'm not going to pay for it. And obviously, like, you pay on results. So you pay once you get the desired outcomes. And so it works out for everyone. And so that is what you need to be looking for whenever you're writing your scripts. All right. So there's obviously a couple ways to actually do outreach. One is the manual way. Another way is the automated way. I told you I was going to teach you the automated way, but I know a bunch of you guys are just going to want to learn the manual way. So this is how to do it manually. First, we need to find people to reach out to. And so a lot of people will literally just give up here because they'll be like, yo, I don't know where to look, but I promise it's not as hard as it looks. So if you don't already have an existing lead list for Twitter, or maybe you have one, but it's emails, or maybe it's LinkedIn profiles, then I'm going to show you how to find pretty much the exact same people, but on Twitter. So if you're already familiar with Twitter, then you'll probably know who to reach out to. But if you're not familiar at all, then what I suggest you do is you go to ChatGPT and you just ask it. So let's just say you want to reach out to SaaS founders. Okay. You would go to ChatGPT and ask it, hey, if I were a SaaS founder doing between this much and this much in revenue annually, who would I typically follow on Twitter? And then once you have that, ChatGPT will give you a bunch of profiles and then you can start your search there. And so if that's the case, I don't know if ChatGPT is going to give you Cody Schneider, but Cody Schneider is probably a really good one. And so essentially, once you have one person that already has your ICP's audience, all you have to do is go to their followers or the people that they follow, and then you can just literally start reaching out to them. And how you do this is you just open up your Twitter, you find that person, and then if they have this button right here, the messages button open, it means you can DM them. If they don't have that button and they have their DMs closed, this will happen for around 30 to 40% of people. So there's no way to kind of get around that unless you want to tweet at them. But if they have their DMs closed, you can still look at who they follow and then essentially just run through these guys and be like, okay, let's see, say we are targeting SaaS founders. There we go. So you can go in here and then message this guy and then kind of just keep going. You can either keep going back to the same list, or once you find someone else, then you can just go to who they follow and then start hitting these guys as well. And then when it actually comes to the message, then you kind of already have all that down. So just remember to personalize, have a good offer or a good lead magnet, and to reverse the risk as much as you humanly can. So for example, if I wanted to reach out to this guy, Danny Postman, founder of headshotpro.com. All right, so if I wanted to send this guy a DM, I would have a look at headshotpro.com. So I would say, hey, Danny, love the work you're doing at Headshot Pro. Had been looking for a tool like yours for a bit, so perfect timing. And then let's say we were trying to pitch Drippi, right? I would say, I actually just prepared some cold DM scripts for you to test out and a batch of 1,000 professionals that have bad profile pictures. Mind if I send it over a quick loom? Right, so there we go. So this is a really good lead magnet, and obviously our main offer is going to be Drippi or one of our add-ons or done for you services, but this is kind of just an easy way to get a yes, get our foot in the door, gain their trust, and then kind of upsell them, right? Because I mean, this is free, it wouldn't really be an upsell, or sell them on your main thing. But obviously everything is a numbers game, so if you're not sending at least anywhere between 50 to 100 DMs a day, then you're really just not doing enough. And I know you're probably really busy, and so you don't want to spend 4 hours just personalizing 150 messages every single day. So this is where something like a Twitter lead scraping tool will come into play. The only thing is you have to be really, really careful that you're not scraping old data. So just make sure your provider is updated. And this might be a little biased, but I have generally tried every single lead scraper on the market, and by far Drippi is the best one. And obviously you can use Drippi for more than its lead scraping capabilities, but I'll walk through that in a little bit. You just go to drippi.ai, or you hit the link down below in the description. You create an account. There is a 7-day free trial, so take advantage of that free trial. Then all you need to do is you need to go to find leads on the top left-hand corner of your screen. new lead source, and then what you can do is you can hit lead scraper, and then you can just copy links from people that already have your target audience's attention. So in this case, if we continue with the same example, we can plug Cody Schneider in here, and then once it loads up, you'll be able to decide whether you want to reach out to his followers or the people that he follows. And just like that, you have added 40,000 potential leads. You can add as many lead sources as you'd like. So if you also wanted to add Dan Martell in here, who's also followed by a bunch of SaaS founders, Alex Ramosi, Ayla Ramosi, or whoever you really want to add, you can go ahead and do that here. Once you're done, you can go ahead and hit next. And then you can start filtering by keywords, number of followers, number of following. You can exclude any keywords, or you can also filter by number of tweets. I personally like doing bio contents. So here, SaaS founders typically will have founder, they will have growing, they will have CEO. So they'll have these keywords that'll make it super easy for you to tell whether or not they're actually who you want to reach out to. So once you're done adding all your keywords, you can go ahead and hit add a filter, and then you'll see that the list will go down from 40,000 all the way down to, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10K. So there we go. 5.5 thousand leads are left. So that means that there's only 5,500 people within Cody's following that have the word CEO, founder, or growing in their bio. Once you have that, you can go ahead and hit next. And then that's pretty much it. We're just going to call this demo Cody, and then you are all good to go. And so that is pretty much it when it comes to lead scraping. That is literally all you need to do. And just like that, you have found 5,500 leads that fit your exact ICP. And even if you want to do manual messaging, you can just take that list, you can download the list, upload to a Google Sheet, and then you can kind of just go one by one. So you don't even need to use any automated sending tools. You can literally use Drippi just for its scraping capabilities. So let me show you how to actually send the messages with Drippi, which is what we do and what we recommend you do as well. And just really quickly, all the DMs that you saw previously in my inbox, I can pretty much guarantee that they weren't sent with Drippi, because those were really, really bad and had absolute zero personalization. So no, this tool will not send spam messages. This tool is specifically designed for you to be able to send the max amount of DMs every single day, with each one of them being personalized. And so the messages that you can actually make with this tool are honestly elite. So for example, now what we can do within Drippi is we can take this list, we can actually go and hit automation, we can hit new automation, cold DM 2.0, and we can actually start a whole campaign with that lead list with one of the scripts that I showed you previously. You want to decide whether you want AI to enhance your script or if you just want AI to take over. I personally recommend that you just enhance your scripts through AI, just because I like having a little bit more control over what we're actually going to be sending. So I always select the script personalizer. Then when it comes to configuring your message, you want to add some context in here. So it doesn't have to be this huge prompt. I just let AI know like, hey, we help businesses scale through Twitter outreach, and then that's it. And when it comes to script, this is where you can copy your DM that we created a while back, and then you can plug this in here. You just want to make sure that the variables are the same. So here you'll be able to look at the format of the variables, because if you have variables wrong, then odds are your messages will not look too good. So just make sure you have the right variables in place. And then also, whenever you're using AI, make sure you have the advanced setting turned on, AI creativity set to 1.3, split messages turned on for this specific message. I'll show you what that looks like. Include website context turned on in all websites, include tweet context turned on, and then all recent tweets as well. And so now with a tool like Drippi, we're able to leverage AI to personalize each and every single message, making the odds of your account getting banned almost zero. So here, if we select generate, you'll be able to see the exact message that would be sent out to the specific prospect. So here we go. This is the exact script that would be sent. So, hey Dan, put together a list of 1,000 individuals focused on personal development, mindfulness trainers, affirmative coaches, and transformation program participants who might be interested in personal development and mindfulness tools. Cool if I send them over on the house. So now we have 5,500 leads that are ready to go that fit our ICP, and each one of them will be receiving a personalized message. Just think about how much time that's going to save you, okay? Now, I know this script specifically probably won't work for you if you can't be giving away 1,000 leads, but what you really need to focus on, the format, number one, the elements, and then also what AI prompts we're using to get these results. What I always recommend is that you use your prompts and then hit generate to see what it would generate, and then kind of tweak until you have the perfect message. From there, you can go ahead and add follow-ups. We will just skip these for now. And then when it comes to starting the automation, the max we do per hour are 16 messages per hour. And then what's really nice about Drippi is you can skip previously contacted, so you don't reach out to anyone that you already have a conversation with. You can add a do not contact list. You can specifically hit people that have been active within the last certain amount of days. So here we do last 30 days. We're only going to be hitting people in the US and people that speak English, okay? And then once you're here, essentially, once you're good to go with your scripts, all you need to do is hit start automation, and you will be on your way to sending tons of highly personalized messages. And so what's also really nice about Drippi is that it will give you detailed analytics in terms of what's going on with your messages, because you really want to have all the data in the world possible to be able to make decisions, to be able to see what's working, what's not working, and make changes on the fly. And so for example, if I go into automation, I will see right here that this message has sent that this specific script, which is message 1C with Drippi that started November 7th, has sent 1,000 messages and we've gotten 53 replies, which is a 5.2% reply rate. This is decent. It's not the best in the world. We can probably let this run for a couple more days, see if it kind of goes up, if it goes down, or if it just stays put, and then make decisions based off of this information. And you can also see kind of what's going on every single day, just to make sure that you are always on top of all your campaigns. So Drippi makes it super easy to make these decisions on the fly. And so by combining everything in this video, you'll have a really solid method of acquiring clients profitably. And even if you don't use the Drippi automation, I highly recommend you at least use it for scraping, because scraping leads can take a ton of time, and just scraping leads from Drippi will save you hundreds of hours. If you also use the automation, it will save you significantly more time, but at the very least, just use the lead scraper, honestly. But I highly recommend you just check out Drippi as a whole. There is a 7-day free trial, so again, you're literally losing out on nothing by testing it out. 250 messages, 7-day free trial. So click the link down below in the description and check it out. And I know this video was all about the technical stuff of Twitter DMs, but it is also sometimes good to take a step back and understand the cold outbound business as a whole, which is why in this next video, I walk through what Alex Hormozi has to say about cold outbound as a whole and how he uses it to grow his companies at acquisition.com. And so that is pretty much it for today. Appreciate you a ton. If you want us to take care of this for you, there will be a Calendly link down below in the description. Appreciate you for watching, and we'll speak soon. Peace.